Hello, hello, hello. If you've never seen me before, I'm Coin Ring Maker from coinringmaker.com, and today we're going to make a couple quarters into coin rings. We're going to start with Nebraska. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, we're going to start with this Nebraska quarter, make this a size 8, and then we're going to work on this Colorado quarter and make it a size 10. If you guys like the live, tap the screen. If you want to check out the shop, there's a link down here. We're just going to get cracking. Let's go. First thing we got to do, punch a hole in our quarter. For that, I like to use my Jason's Works auto centering punch. It's cone shaped on the top here, so as you tighten it down, it auto centers your coin. Really handy tool if you're going to be making a lot of coin rings. I like to use a 1/2 inch punch on quarters, and we're just going to hammer that right on through. Let's go. Perfect. There is our 1/2 inch center punch from our Nebraska quarter. Set that aside. Put that in a keychain here in a little bit. There's our coin so far. You guys who are wondering, yep, it's a real quarter. Knock it off our punch. Perfect. Now, there is our coin so far. Again, if you guys want to check out the shop, there's a little gold chain at the bottom of the screen down here. If you have any questions while I work, feel free to put them in the chat. Next step is to clean up the inside edge here. You can see it's a little sharp and jagged. I like to use a deburring tool to clean that up, so that's what we're going to do next. You've got a question for you. Can I get a $50 down to a size 6? If so, what punch size do I recommend? Usually for $50, I stop at about a size 8. If you do use a larger punch, I might recommend like a 5/8. That'll thin the band down and make it easier to reduce. That's probably what I would go with. If you want to go really thin with it, you could do a 3/4, but I would probably do a 5/8. Again, the shop link's down here if you guys want to check out some of my finished work. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. If you're enjoying the live, tap the screen a couple times. We have 0 likes. We're currently working on a Nebraska quarter and making it into a ring. If you have Swedish wrap, it'll make taking that $50 down to size 6 a lot easier. That's what I would use. There we go. Now we're going to buff that up a little bit. This is 4-0 steel wool, so super fine steel wool. And we're just going to smooth out that inside a little bit more. If you just get regular steel wool, that'll actually scratch up the metal. You want to make sure you get the one that says 4 zeros on it. Or super fine. It's really good for smoothing out stuff. The deburring tool is pretty good. But sometimes with blades, there's just little parts that aren't as smooth as you'd like. All right. So that's looking really nice. We're going to take it over here to my 1-ton arbor press, and we're going to fold it a couple times. That's this bad boy right here, 1-ton arbor press. I like to start with a doming block. That's this thing. It's got a bunch of like half hemispheric circles cut into it. Really good. Number one, because your quarter fits right in there. Like, it's pretty much made for it. And since it's kind of curved, you get a much more even fold compared to like a 17-degree die, where it can kind of go a little wonky. I use a 3/4 inch Delrin ball. Pop that on top there. Knock into some 3D prints. There we go. There's our first fold. It's starting to get kind of a cone shape, but you can see it's folded evenly all the way around. There's no kind of wobbliness. So that's why I use the doming block. Then I go to my favorite. This is the first die I ever bought. It's from Legacy Brand Tools, 1 inch and 0.9 inch 17-degree die. Super versatile tool. Looks as good as the day I bought it. Just give it another little fold. Now we've got a nice 17-degree little band. So you can start to see the ring coming into shape, but we do need to stretch it out a little bit. So for that, we're going to hop over to the ring stretcher. That's this thing. Put the ring on there. And how this works is when you lift this lever up, this spike in the middle moves upwards. And it's wider on the base than it is on the top. So as it moves upward, it moves these splines outward, and that's what stretches the ring. There's like gears in here and stuff. Really useful tool. So as I'm doing this, I'm spinning the ring every time so that it doesn't always have pressure on the same points. But you can totally see this starting to come into a ring shape. One kind of issue with using a ring stretcher is, since it is at this incline, you tend to have a little bit of a cone shape left on your ring. So it'll be a little wider on one side than the other. So because of that, I typically stretch a little over the target size. So this ring's supposed to be a size 8. We've got it almost at a size 9.5. And what we're going to do is reduce this top side to match up with the bottom one, so we get a nice even band and get closer to our target size. So we're going to hop back over here, again using the 17-degree die. We're going to put the wider side face down. Reduce it a little bit. Go to a little bit of a smaller die. Reduce it a little bit. Flip over the first die. Reduce it a little more. And then I'll reduce the cut side just a bit. And we should have a really nice, even looking band. Again, if you guys want to check out my shop, there's a little gold chain at the bottom of the screen. You can also go to buycoinrings.com. If you have any questions while I'm working, feel free to put them in the chat. This ring's coming along really nicely. The next step is removing this kind of raised lip of metal, excuse me, on the inside edge right here. So we're going to take our deburring tool and cut that away. Well, let's go. I have a question for you guys watching. Would you feel, I don't know, what would feel more honest to you? Like this, the little gold chain to my website, or if I had like a TikTok shop link for this specific ring, because I like to leave it more open-ended so you guys can search my whole catalog. But I think if I had like the TikTok shop link for what I'm currently working on, that might sell more. What would you prefer, just as a viewer? We got one country coin says link not TikTok link. Yeah, I prefer to have the website link, but I do think that the TikTok link gets a little more clicks. Like, what is this gold chain down here look like? Does it say like my shop, or is it just like a little gold chain? You don't really know what it does. Like, what does it look like on your end? Does it look like something you would click on, or would you just like not even notice it? It just says link. Yeah, see, it's not very descriptive. Doesn't really... I don't think a lot of people click on it. I don't know, I'm just brainstorming here. Any feedback is appreciated. If you're enjoying the live, you have any questions about coin rings, put them in the chat. If you want to check out the shop, there's a thing down here that says link. Click on that. It just says link. Nice. Sorry, I'm not super chatty at this point. I gotta like super focus so I don't like slip and cut my hands. So thanks for hanging in there. How do you figure out your ring size? So what I recommend is visiting like a local jewelry store, even the Walmart jewelry desk, if like that's all you can find, and like get sized by a professional. There's a lot of really dumb ways to get your ring size on the internet, like using string or tape measures or paper. Those are super inaccurate. I highly recommend going to a jewelry store, getting sized there, because they're gonna give you a size that works for you. Typically when people size themselves, they go too small. They'll like size this part of their hand and be like, okay, that'll work, but they don't really understand that your ring needs to slip over your knuckles, right? So you want to get a measurement that's comfortable to like take on and take off and not be so loose that it's falling off. So you want to be really accurate with your ring size so you get something that's nice and comfortable. So I recommend visiting a jewelry store if you can. Have a professional do it. Usually it doesn't cost anything. Take you about 5 minutes. Yeah. If that was $1,000 coin, would you ring it? Would you sell it more ringed? Usually when I've found a coin that's worth, let's say, at least 10 times the face value, I don't work on it. I'll set it aside. I'll try and get it in the hands of a collector or just hang on to it for the future. I do check all my coins before I work on them, and I've actually learned a lot about, rarer coins, more valuable coins, just by making rings out of coins for such a long time. So yeah, typically I try to save the nicer or rarer stuff from being destroyed. Now that doesn't mean I'm not open to working on more valuable coins. Like if a customer came to me and had a valuable coin and they were like, hey, I want this to be made into a ring, I'd be open to doing that. But usually when the coin itself is worth more than what I would normally sell the ring for, I don't make it. Numismatic people don't appreciate valuable coins being made into rings. No. Well, I don't know. It's kind of split. I used to think they were all way against it, but now numismaticists are probably like 25% of my customer base is coin collectors. So, like, I understand some of them are completely against it, but some of them, after a while, are like, you know what? I like coins. I want to wear a coin. I want to wear a nice coin. Yeah. Perfect size 8. Let's go. If anybody wants to get a coin ring, there's a little gold chain at the bottom of the screen you can tap on. That's my shop website. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I'm staying inside. See, I tried to get everything I needed to do done before 10 o'clock today. Just before the sun started really baking. I was zipping all over town. But now I'm home. Yeah, it's toasty, for sure. So this does need to be polished, but there is, oh, this is clad, copper clad. You can tell by the cut here. I've been selling a lot more copper lately, but I do have these in 90% silver if you're interested in that. But yeah, there's our Nebraska quarter coin ring. Polish this up and pack it, and then hop back on this live. So if you want to see me next time I go live, hit the follow button and visit buycoinrings.com. Use the coupon code WELCOME to save 10% off your order. And I hope you all have a great day. We'll catch you next time. Peace. You guys one last good look. I really like the sun and the sun rays on this one. Really pretty. And it's right by Nebraska too. Pretty cool. But yeah, guys, thanks for stopping by and watching me work. Catch you next time. Peace. What do you use for clad coins? I typically try to find uncirculated quarters. When I first started, I would just go to the bank and like sort through, I don't know, like $100 in quarters a day and find ones that were really clean. Oh, what do I use for clad coins? Yeah, clear fingernail polish is what I recommend. Copper tends to turn people's fingers green. It's just kind of a property of copper. So to create kind of a barrier between the metal and your skin, I recommend putting clear fingernail polish on it. You'll have to apply it every once in a while, but that works pretty well for most people. If you're really worried about it, I do have these in 90% silver if you're interested. No, I leave it up to the customer. Some people just want it raw. Some people like having like copper jewelry. They actually go out of their way looking for it. So yeah, I send the rings out raw, and then on my card that I send out, I have this recommendation. And I've found that works pretty well. Most people can figure it out. But yeah, that's what I do. All right, guys, we'll catch you next time. Peace.